For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again and welcome to episode number 35 of the Liverpool career mode here on FIFA 15. Today we're starting the second season. As you can see, the league objective for the club this year is to qualify for the Champions League. That was the objective last year as well. We unfortunately didn't make it, but we've got a big enough budget this season to be able to make the changes we want to the club, to the squad, to be able to bring in the players we want, to be able to compete on more fronts this year. Weirdly, these are the performance updates from last year. They said at the beginning of the season 1 they wanted us to get out of the group stage. We finished by being losing semi-finalists, and apparently they said that wasn't what they were asking for and it wasn't good enough. Not really too sure why that was, because to be fair, we far exceeded the expectations from season 1, where out the group stage they say, get to the semi-finals, no, sorry, that's not good enough. Well, okay, but this year they want us to win in the Europa League, they want us to win a domestic cup, and of course they would like us to qualify for the Champions League as well through a league finish. So we're looking for a lot of different players in this particular window, but there are going to be a few twists and turns as we head through this episode, a few transfers that are going to happen that you thought perhaps weren't, and a few transfers that don't happen that perhaps we were intending on making previously. You guys gave me a lot of feedback actually in the transfer targets video last week, and thank you for that, because it's made a few decisions actually change round. As you can see, we're looking for a wide player though in Heung-min Son. Very, very good player to replace Lazar Markovic. I'm still wanting him to leave the club, so he's going to be trying to be used in an effort to bring the South Korean to Anfield. As you can see, Alberto Moreno offer from Olympique Lyonnais. We're going to turn that down. Sturridge at the present is the offer from £21 million from Borussia Dortmund. If Sturridge is going to go, it's going to be for a lot of money, and £50 million is the counter offer I put in. But keep an eye on a deal like that, because like I say, there are going to be a few twists and turns and some deals that you weren't necessarily sure what was going to happen with them with regards to the initial intention from the transfer targets episode. But Stefan Jovetic, we're looking at bringing in a new striker, and hopefully Man City will accept that £18 million bid. We're also looking for a centre-back as well, wanting to move Dejan Lovren out of the club. So, of course, why not use him as make-weight to try and bring in someone like Giorgio Chiellini, who of course is one of the best centre-backs in Europe, and we'll try our best to bring him in if we possibly can. Jordan Rossiter is going to be on his way out to Millwall for £325,000. They did in the end accept that offer, and Valencia came in with an offer for Adam Lallana. Now, I mentioned in the transfer targets video that I was perhaps looking to move on Felipe Coutinho and Daniel Sturridge as opposed to Balotelli and Adam Lallana, but there seems to be a bit of interest in Adam Lallana here, so I put a counter offer in of £30 million to Valencia, and then actually at the same time we get a bid in for the other central attacking midfielder, Coutinho, £24 million from Juventus, again putting in a massive counter offer for him of £50 million just to test the waters. Obviously we don't think Juve are going to match that, and I don't think Dortmund are going to match the one for Sturridge either, but it's just to try and give them the incentive to offer us a bit of a larger amount than the 20 odd that they have done so far. We had the £18 million bid accepted for Jovetic, and we've offered him a contract. Also looking for a potentially cheaper option for striker. Obviously Eduardo Vargas was on loan in the Barclays Premier League at Queen's Park Rangers last year, but he's gone back to Napoli now, and I don't think he'll be first team with obviously Gonzalo Higuain at Napoli at the minute. So we're looking to bring Eduardo Vargas in if we possibly can. Stefan Jovetic decided to reject the initial contract that we offered him. He wanted a bigger squad role, and Ilkay Gundogan was going to reject his as well because he wanted a bigger squad role, which is fair enough. But we're doing a lot of dealings, or attempting to do a lot of dealings with Borussia Dortmund in this particular episode. See, they were offering for Socrates as well, just putting a lot of different irons in the fire, not really kind of putting all of my eggs in one basket, and so many cliches in the space of one sentence. But I don't want to just concentrate on one player, I want to make sure that if one deal falls through, we've got another one to follow it up. So looking at Chiellini and Socrates for centre-backs. We've had the contract accepted for Stefan Jovetic, but I'm just holding off for now because obviously if we can bring in Eduardo Vargas, that would be my preference, just to make sure we've got enough money to bring in players elsewhere in the squad right now, because we need to move players on to be able to bring players in, and as of yet, nobody's moved on. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough money to cover all of the deals I wanted to do. We are offering Giovanni Dos Santos a contract there, as you can see. Like I say, plenty of different offers going in at the same time. We're obviously looking at Heung-min Son as well in a wide area. Adam Lallana has an offer come in from FC Bayern Munich this time. We're going to counter offer. I think I went with 25 in the end. In fact, I am going to go with 25 in the end to try and tempt Bayern Munich to buy Adam Lallana. He wasn't necessarily going to be the player I wanted to sell on in this window. I was thinking about selling on Felipe Coutinho, but if Lallana goes, then Coutinho will stay. We're offering, of course, as you can see, Eduardo Vargas a contract as well, and if he accepts that, that means that obviously Stefan Jovetic won't come in. We've had the offer accepted for Heung-min Son of a fee plus Asaidi, and we'll offer him a contract. Socrates, we had the offer accepted, 18 million, I think it was, no, 16 million plus Rene Adler, so we'll offer him a contract. Eduardo Vargas has accepted, so he's going to be a new signing. Eduardo Vargas coming in, which of course means, unfortunately for Stefan Jovetic, he won't be joining us. He'll stay at Manchester City for the foreseeable future, unless of course he gets a move somewhere else throughout the remainder of this window. Still trying to bring Heung-min Son in. He was a little bit more reluctant to come in than perhaps Eduardo Vargas was, maybe wanting a little bit more money, perhaps being a little bit greedy, but he's good enough for me to warrant playing that extra little bit of cash for him, giving him the extra little bit of money a week. And as you can see, Adam Lallana has moved on to Bayern Munich for £25 million, so that means Felipe Coutinho will stay, and I know that is going to be a popular decision with you guys in the comment section. As you can see, Socrates wanting a little bit more money. It seems that everyone wants a little bit more money to turn up at this Liverpool Football Club right now. Not necessarily got the pull that they had 20 years ago, and right now we're needing to actually offer people extra incentives. And then Bayern Munich come along with a big offer for Daniel Sturridge, £20 million. I put a counter offer in of 37, I think, in the end, or 38, I can't quite remember, 37, just to see if they'll accept that, because at this particular point, of course, we're still looking to move Daniel Sturridge on and have Balotelli and Eduardo Vargas as our two main strikers for the club right now. As you can see, again, we're having to offer Socrates a little bit more money, and hopefully he will accept that offer. Crucial first team player, 10% clean sheet bonus and 180 grand a week. Andre Wisdom is a player that I don't want, and he's going to be moved on. He's definitely going to go to Leicester for £725,000. And Bayern Munich come back with an offer of 24.5, which isn't anywhere near what I want. So I counter offer 33, and you'll be able to see me put that in there to see if Bayern Munich can pick up Sturridge and Lallana. But then we get another interesting offer a little bit later on. Heung-min Son has accepted his contract here with the club, so Asaidi's leaving us, as well as £9 million from the bank account, and Heung-min Son is into the club, so that's the second signing. Unfortunately, that means that Giovanni Dos Santos won't be joining us, so unfortunately for him, he has to stay at Villarreal. And then I mentioned that we got another interesting deal, £29 million for Mario Balotelli. Now, I wanted to keep Balotelli and sell Sturridge, and I wanted to keep Lallana and sell Coutinho, but you guys wanted me to do the opposite of that. We wanted Sturridge and Coutinho to stay, which means that if anyone is going to move on from those two positions, it's going to be Lallana and Balotelli. Now, Lallana has already gone to Bayern Munich for £25 million, and this offer came out of the blue, and it was a big one. I did offer a counter, though, for 35, I think, in the end. And at this stage, I was a bit concerned. I was thinking, well, we've already counted 33 for Sturridge. What if Bayern Munich accept that counter offer and Balotelli ends up going to PSG? I'll have scuppered myself there, but in the meantime, whilst we kind of figure out that conundrum, we are going to bring in Socrates from Borussia Dortmund for £16 million plus Rene Adler. Eventually does sign, so we now have a fantastic outright first team, first choice centre-back. Bayern Munich didn't accept the counter-offer of £33 million, which means I'm rejecting their offer of 29.5, which means Sturridge stays. PSG came back with 29 again, and this time I am going to accept that deal. So it looks like Daniel Sturridge is going to be staying at the club. Balotelli now, as you can see, is in contract talks with PSG. He's currently on £130,000 a week, and they've offered him 160, so hopefully he will accept that deal. Now Rene Adler's gone to Borussia Dortmund as part of the Socrates deal. We are looking for a new goalkeeper in the shape of Stéphane Ruffier, or of course, as you saw there, Gianluigi Buffon. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that front. But this is the deals that have gone through in today's episode. To give you a quick recap, Socrates is coming in for £16 million plus Rene Adler. Adam Lallana has left us for £25 million. Eduardo Vargas has joined for £11 million and only 70 grand a week as well, which is an absolute bargain. He's a top player, Eduardo Vargas, so really rate him. As I do with Heung-min Son, who's come in for £9 million plus Asaidi, and then a couple of youngsters have left us in the shape of Jordan Rossiter and Andre Wisdom. So this is our first team as we stand. Coutinho and Sturridge through the middle up top with Costa and Sterling out wide. Of course, we do have Heung-min Son to come into the fray and Eduardo Vargas now as well. Socrates is straight into the starting lineup, as you can see, as centre-back there with Schneiderlin and Henderson in CDM roles. Still wanting to bring in a CDM player if I possibly can, and perhaps that will get done over the next 2 or 3 episodes. Still Danilo and Moreno out wide with Sacco in the middle and Mattia Perrin now our first team goalkeeper, although of course if we are able to bring in Stéphane Ruffier or Gianluigi Buffon, they will probably take the first team spot away from Pera. But the team does look very strong right now, and it's going to get stronger over the next couple of episodes. And of course, our squad depth is improving as well with the signings of Eduardo Vargas and Heung-min Son already made. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you agree with the way that I ended up doing the transfers. I, of course, took all of the feedback into account, and that really drastically changed the way that the transfer window went for us so far. So let me know in the comment section whether you're pleased that we're keeping Sturridge and Coutinho, or whether you're disappointed to see Balotelli and or Lallana leave us. Let me know what your opinions are, but that will bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the weekend, whether that be the My Player series or the Career Mode Road to Glory series, and of course there will be a Career Mode Road to Glory series later on tonight as well. I do plan on streaming tonight, so check my Twitch channel. There'll be a link in the description down below, and I'll confirm what time etc I'm streaming and whether I am going to stream on my Twitter, so there'll be a link to that in the description down below as well. But for now, that's going to bring Monday afternoon's video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.